Ladies and gents, boys and girls, I know I said in the last episode that we would be starting with 2 friendlies and then the first cup game of the season, but I went away after recording that video and I thought, why? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that nonsense? So, forget about the friendlies. We don't need no stinking friendlies on this channel. We've done the friendlies off camera and we're going to present to you today the first game in the Pokal and the first game in the Bundesliga. So, without any further ado, let's go. Hello there and welcome to Stubo FM. I'm Stubo. Thank you very much for joining me on this, which is episode 2 of the Let's Go Dortmund save. It's my first ever save on YouTube. If you're watching this and you've not watched episode 1, I would recommend you go back and watch episode 1 first, just so you know what we're doing in the save. I mean, we haven't actually started any games yet, so I'd like you to do that, but it's probably not necessary. It's probably the worst thing I could say on a YouTube video, really. I'm sending you to a video that you don't really need to watch if you don't want to. You do need to watch it, I promise you. But we are going to start today. As I said on the intro, we're going to start with the competitive games. We're not going to do those 2 friendlies. Why I thought that was a good idea, I don't know. We're going to start today with Hansa Rostock, and then we've got a couple of Bundesliga games as well. We'll definitely do one of them. We might do the other one as well if I'm feeling particularly generous, which I don't know if I am yet. We did make that final signing. That final signing is this man over here, Memphis Depay. This is the player who we brought in instead of... I was going to say instead of Riyad Mahrez, but it's not, is it? That was Trincao. We brought him in. We thought it'd be a good idea. And, I mean, look at where he can cover. He can cover on the wings. I mean, he can do the right-hand side if we really need him to, but he can do it behind the striker. He can do it as a striker, and he can do it as a winger. Predominantly, he is going to be our backup striker, so we will use him if there's any issues with Erling Haaland. I hope there's not, but if there is, we are prepared. I'm not planning on any other signings, but if any become apparent that they would improve the team, and if they become available to us, we will consider them. But I don't think we're going to make too many moves. The biggest area I'm concerned with right now is our defence, because that is our starting back line. It should be fine. It'll be fine for a Champions League space finish, which is what the board wants us to do. So this should be absolutely fine. The friendlies that we played, just so you know, we lost 4-0 against Dinamo Zagreb, but when you look at the team that we had, a lot of players there were rotation players. Second one was a little bit better. We still had a bit of issue with some players. There was a couple of rotation players in here, not too many actually, but we couldn't play many of our big guys. But as you can see, Marco Reus, Trincao, Brandt, all having a lovely, lovely time. But for now, I've got a press conference to do. Anything interesting in that press conference I will show you. I don't think there will be, because let's be honest, they're not the most interesting things in the world. So if there's not anything interesting, I'll be back here in a moment with you and we'll go and play Hansa Rostock. As expected, there was nothing interesting in that press conference whatsoever. So we are going to be going into the friendly. I was just messing about with a couple of things here. We are going to go to Hansa Rostock. It is sold out, as you would probably expect at their place. 29,000 capacity. It's going to be an interesting game. I don't really know a lot about Hansa Rostock, so it is going to be a lot of fun. So, our starting lineup against Hansa Rostock in the Cup. We're going to go with Hitz in goal, Meunier, Akanji, Hummels and Guerrero in defence. Witsel and Emre Can as the central midfielders. Hazard, Reus and Sancho as our attacking midfielders, and Haaland up front on his own. It is a very strong team for us. I would say it is our strongest starting 11. Maybe with the exception of not having Luis Felipe in, I think he would definitely make it a bit stronger. Also, Julian Brandt is not involved, mainly because we want to get some of the players who haven't got full fitness. We want to get them full fitness as well. There are some of the players we could rotate out, but I kind of want to go with our strongest 11 as much as possible. So really, it's just Torgan Hazard who would be out of the team and Julian Brandt would be in. But we will be making substitutions in the game, and we will be trying to make sure that the entire team gets a run out in these first few games, just so we can get our tactical familiarity and our sharpness all the way up. So, what do you say we play some football, shall we? Here we go. First proper competitive game of the save. Let's get to it. Well, isn't this exciting? Here we go. I'm very excited to get this save properly underway with the game. I've got no idea how we're going to do, but fingers crossed we are going to do well. I've just realised I probably need to adjust this. We've already scored! Oh my word, that's a great start. I'm going to change that back to extended highlights. I had changed it for while I was playing through the friendlies. I did play through one of them just to see how things were with the team. And we scored straight away, which is a delightful thing. Mats Hummels with the goal. I'm going to turn that off during the game, actually. We don't need to have a look at this nonsense. Lovely corner routine. Mats Hummels gets the ball in the back of the net. If that is the start that we're going to make, then I'm very, very happy. More of the same, please, lads. That'd be great. I would quite like us to score another goal, if I'm honest with you. 1-0 after 27 minutes, really, I don't think is good enough for us. But we might be getting another one here. Marco Reus puts it through, but no one was in the box. No one was near it in the box. Jadon Sancho, back to Guerrero. Witsel, Meunier. Meunier looked like he was shaping up for a shot, but Erling Haaland is, and it gets saved by Harnell. It's going to be another corner. Can Hummels or Haaland get this in the back of the net? Let's find out. It's crossed in. Hummels is there, but it's headed over the bar. Again, lads, I would quite like another goal if that's okay. Now, Meunier gets to Torgan Hazard. Meunier again whips it in, looking for Haaland. I was going to call him Hazard. It wasn't Hazard, it was Haaland, and it didn't matter because it went over anyway. But nice start. We are playing some nice football. It's not explosive, it's not fantastic, but it's good football. And we are going to go in at half-time 1-0 ahead. Could be better, could be worse. We're doing okay. Royce is playing well. Witsel and Chan in the middle are doing well. Some of the defenders are doing good jobs. I'm happy. I'm happy with how we're doing. We just need to keep it up and not let this slip. We do need another goal, I think. Right, Royce to take. He's going to whip it in. Look for the head of Hummels. Hummels is there, but it's just headed straight back out to Royce. Royce to Witsel. Back to Royce. Whipped in. Hazard was there lurking, but the defender was equal to it. Now, Sancho, can he do something? Whips it in. Looks for Royce. And Royce, I don't know, I thought it was a save onto the post, but it must have just hit the post directly. So a lovely attempt. A lovely little move. And we're really unlucky that we don't come off with a goal there. Sancho has improved. Hitz is not having a great game, and he's not really had a lot to do, to be honest with you. Right, Meunier. Hazard. Whips it in, looking for Haaland. Haaland now. Meunier goes for the shot, but the keeper is equal to it. Okay, I'm getting a little bit annoyed now because we should be miles ahead and we've been very complacent in front of goal. But the ball is headed forward. Erling Haaland's there, and Erling Haaland, that is beautiful from Erling Haaland. I've not used him this year on Football Manager. I'm really, really glad that I've got round to it because that's made it worth it straight away. It's the first goal he scored for me as I've been managing the team because he didn't play for very long in the last game at all. He played for like 5 minutes, gets the ball. He can't really fail here, but he just decides to put something a little bit special on it, and it is going to be 2-0, and hopefully that's the floodgates open now. It's been a real staunch effort in defence by them, but surely we've just kicked the door open and we're going to get more now. We have to, surely. Meunier whips it in, looking for Jadon Sancho, but it's headed out by the defender. Defender clears it, and they do actually have a man who's on the counter-attack here. We are getting numbers back. I don't like this because actually they've just scored. Wow. Okay. What happened there then? I need to have a look at this replay because this is not good. So they get the ball on the left-hand side for them. This guy is completely unmarked in the middle. So Akanji's here. Hummels is here. Akanji is so far over. What is happening there? And Guerrero obviously is steamed forward. So that's Hummels and Guerrero. That's their mistake. I cannot believe we've just conceded that goal. We're going to make some changes. Jadon Sancho's not had a good game, so we're actually going to bring Torgan onto that side, and we're going to bring Julian Brand on. I think I'm going to take Guerrero off for Schultz. I've used Schultz before on FIFA, and it was really good. Tempted to bring the keeper off as well, just for that terrible piece of goalkeeping. That's no problem at all. Again, I am disappointed we've conceded that goal. It was a really sloppy goal to concede. Just defensively, we were not aware whatsoever. I am actually going to bring Hitz off. That's his punishment. His punishment is he gets subbed off in the cup. We do need to be very disappointed about this performance. It's not been good enough in the slightest. Meunier's going to throw it. It's going to be game over here. Just waiting for the referee to blow that whistle. Witsel holds on to it, gets it to Akanji. I mean, whenever the referee wants to, we are well over the time we're meant to have had. Schultz isn't going to get there. That has got to be game. It's a whole minute over. What was the referee doing there? That's a bit weird. We do win, but my God, that was a poor performance. Like, genuinely, we did not do what we should have done there. We got the win. That's the most important thing. But my God, they're in the third tier. We need to be better than that. We should have been absolutely destroying them. And we weren't. So, okay. That's something we need to be maybe a bit concerned about. Especially considering in 7 days' time we've got Gladbach. So, not an immediate good sign if I'm being completely honest with you. So this was a bit of a nervy moment. Bayern Munich coming in with a £26 million upfront offer for Julian Brandt that could rise to his value of £36.5 million. Straight away, it was a no deal from me because it was completely non-negotiable. To me, if his valuation is £36 million, you've got to pay a lot more than that for him. Simple as that. So we said no. He did then kick off a little bit, but we had a quick chat with Mats Hummels. We said, Mats, listen, bruv. Can you have a chat with Julian and can you just tell him that we're going to win the Champions League within 3 seasons? Can you just tell him that? And Matt said, okay, no problem at all. And funnily enough, it worked. And Julian wants to stay. So, all is good, all is happy. Now, can we get to that Gladbach game without any of our other players being tempted by other teams, please? That would be nice. And so here we are for the Borussen derby against Mönchengladbach. This is going to be the 11 we take to it. So we're going to be starting with Berkey in goal, Meunier, Akanji, Hummels and Guerrero in defence, Witsel and Emre Can as the midfielders, Sancho on the right, Brand on the left, Royce in the middle and Haaland up top. The only change we've made is bringing Julian Brandt in, and we swapped him and Jadon Sancho around. So we're having Brand on the left, Sancho on the right. Also, Sancho, Bellingham, not Guerrero. It might have been Guerrero, actually. A bunch of players who have been here for a little while now couldn't speak German, or at the very least couldn't speak German well enough to not be eligible for language courses. So we've sent a bunch of them on them in the hope that we can maybe get them to gel a little bit more, because, yeah, that's not a good thing, really, when you want to try and win things. Luis Felipe is now fit again. He's also unregistered, so we need to sort that out. Anyway, that's not our problem now. The current issue is the Borussen derby, which we need to, really, I would say we need to win. A good start is imperative for this season. So without any further ado, Borussia Dortmund versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. Let's go. Now, I will admit to not having a clue as to how this is going to go, because according to our assistant manager in the pre-match talk with the players, we're the favourites for this game. Before the game, he was telling me we should adopt a defensive strategy against them. So I don't know whether we should just not be believing our assistant manager, because I don't really know which to go with here. As we can see, some teams have already played today, so we're going to be going out here and hoping that at Signal Iduna Park, we can get off to the best possible start. Do currently have the ball. Haaland, Sancho. Sancho gets it out to Meunier. Meunier going to look to try and whip it in. He does. Haaland is there, but he's blocked off. We are looking for the aerial ball to Haaland quite often, and it is a little bit concerning because he's very good in the air. Well, I say very good. He's decent in the air. He's tall. He's got good jumping reach, but his heading's not that great. So if we can get the ball into his feet, that would be better. So we might at some point change our crossing to low just to try and maximise the effectiveness of Erling Haaland on the ground, because he's very, very good when he's firing at the goal, as is Jadon Sancho. I think we've solved Jadon Sancho. Don't play him on the left, play him on the right. That was a lovely, lovely goal. Witsel starts it in the middle. He gets it to, I'm assuming that's Marco Reus. And Meunier runs wide, whips the ball in, and Sancho just manages to get it in there. And it is going to be 1-0. Lovely stuff, very nicely done, and hopefully we can get another one. That'd be ideal. Alverde gets it back to Sommer. Sommer to Ginter. Thuram, what are you doing? What are you doing? Can someone tackle him? That'd be lovely. And Bolo gets it to player. Don't know if I pronounced that right, but Akanji does clear it, and the highlight ends. Fantastic. We've definitely got issues with our team, in particular in defence. I'm not going to read too much into it. But if we can do things like that, our defence doesn't matter. Brandt to Sancho, 2-0. That was delightful. What a ball by Julian Brandt, by the way. Hummels gets the loose ball. Fancy little take of the ball as well. He just lumps it up to Brandt. Brandt finds the pass. What a pass that is as well. And Jadon Sancho just taps it in the back of the net. That was a great goal. Why couldn't we do this more against Hansa Rostock? I mean, the different teams, obviously, so there's probably a reason. But that just put Gladbach down into 17th. We're currently as high as 3rd, which is fantastic. If we can get another couple of goals, I'd be very, very happy, because we have started very well. Meunier to Sancho. Royce kind of weirdly tracks back and gets that. Now Witsel looking to try and pass the ball. He does try and get it through, but unfortunately it wasn't open for anyone there. Sancho now. He's got to be having a hat-trick on his mind, surely. He's gone for it and Sommer saves, but it wasn't very convincing. We will investigate the Hummels injury in just a moment, but maybe he scores a goal before he goes off because we have a corner. Guerrero looks for Hummels but doesn't quite find him, and Leiner for Mönchengladbach is now going to come forward and try and get us on the counter. This is where we conceded against Rostock with counter-attacks, but Brandt does the work. So injury is affecting him. It's a foot injury. Okay, if it can last until half-time, that would be ideal, and then we'll... Ah, that's a problem. I forgot to put Zagadou on the bench. Okay, not to worry. We'll probably end up bringing Emre Can down into defence, and we'll bring either Dahoud or Bellingham on. That'll be no problem at all. I pressed play while I wasn't watching. That's not a good idea, really, is it? It's a damaged heel, so if it's a heel, it might not be that bad. It might not be that bad. We might get away with that, but don't really want to take any risks when we're only just getting Luis Felipe to full fitness, and then he needs to actually gel with the rest of the team. So let's try and play it safe. Let's not be too adventurous and too silly. Brandt looks for Haaland. Haaland doesn't really track the run of him. It's not been great from Erling Haaland so far. I've not been overly impressed with him. I'd like to see a goal from them. Oh, he scored did he score in the last game? He scored in the last game. So I'm probably being a bit harsh on him there, really. But I've seen him get like 93 goals in 60-something games for Premier League teams. I want us to get to that point with Erling Haaland. I want to see him scoring ridiculous goals, and we've got the forward line to do it. Haaland flicks it on, looks for Jadon Sancho. Sancho now gets it back in. Marco Reus is there, but it's a save from Sommer. We've had plenty of chances. Sommer's a decent keeper as well, so I'm not going to be too down on the boys for this half because we're 2-0 up against rivals, and that is delightful. Right, Hummels can come off for... Well, first of all, Chan can go back. We'll make him a ball player, and then box-to-box midfielder. I'm going to bring Jude Bellingham on. I've just got a temptation to try something just to get a bit more out of Erling Haaland. I'm just a bit underwhelmed by him in this game. That first half, he didn't really look at the races. Like, we were trying balls over, and he looked like he was new into the team, which is not good, really, if we're being honest. He's been here for long enough now that he knows how the team plays, but it didn't really look like he knew how to work with the players, so that is a bit of a concern. Chan is going to chip it over to Meunier. Meunier gets it into Haaland. That's got to be 3. It is 3. Erling Haaland with the goal. Assist from Thomas Meunier. That was exactly what I wanted from Erling Haaland. And to be fair to him, in competitive games, he now has 2 goals in 2. I can't ask for a lot more than that. I mean, I could, but it'd be a bit harsh. A lovely pass from Meunier. Perfectly waited for Haaland to run onto, and he just slots it past the keeper as if he's not there. 3-0. The worries about Hansa Rostock are now out of my head, at least for now. Against the smaller teams, we are going to have to be careful. We have got a game coming up against Augsburg, who are doing pretty well at the moment. So actually, it might not be as easy as I'm thinking it is. It's away from home as well, so we'll consider that as well. Bellingham does give the ball away there, which is a bit disappointing. We're in the 63rd minute, so we'll think about a second change at some point. Zakaria now running in, but we do manage to defend it well, and Jadon Sancho is running with the ball into the half. He's in the middle of the pitch. He has got players around him. Oh, he gets tackled though. He was looking to do it all himself there. Throw in, but it goes to no one. Sancho just heads it into the wilderness, which is a bit disappointing. Haaland does eventually give chase to it. It doesn't end up anywhere. Zakaria, play. I don't know how to say his name. Play? I'm going to go with play. Player? Is he a player? Play. Alexandra, play. I'm going to go with play. Thuram with the header, Berkey with the save. I need to focus on the game rather than pronunciations. Let's try and get Depay on. Maybe we bring him on for... Well, I'll tell you what I am going to do to begin with. We're going to change Marco Reus back to a shadow striker, and we're actually going to bring Julian Brandt off. He's had a good game, but we're going to rest him. And then we'll give it a little bit longer, and then we'll make that final change towards the end. But Memphis Depay can come on for his debut. I mean, that's a great front three. Sancho, Reus, great front four, sorry. Sancho, Reus, Memphis, and Haaland. That is a great lineup to have leading the attack. Throw in to Gladbach. They get it to Thuram. Zakaria now is going to try and hit it. He does hit it, and Berkey saves it. We are letting them come back into this game a little bit. I think with 5 minutes to go, we just say focus. Right, Memphis heads it down to Guerrero. Guerrero now is going to run with the ball down this left-hand side. He manages to do his man there, and Memphis is going to try and cross it in. He just loses the ball. A bit disappointing from Memphis Depay there. Loose header, which Bellingham can't get to. And Zakaria now is going to charge forward. We are a little bit A little bit lackadaisical in possession at the moment, which is a bit disappointing. Hopefully we can not do that. It's a lovely goal from Alazane Plena? Jesus Christ, Stu. Alazane Player. Play? I'm going to go with play. Zakaria does really well to go around his man here, to be fair to him. I'm not going to be too harsh here. And this is just a cheeky little... I thought it was a little back heel, actually. But it's a little bit disappointing that Berkey's let that in. 3-1 is absolutely fine. Again, Gladbach are a decent team. Let's not be too ridiculously over-obsessive over the fact that we've conceded the goal. Guerrero not playing very good either. They've just lumped the ball forward here. And they're going to get it through to play. And play has scored, but it's offside. I've just told the team to focus, and they've just nearly conceded another goal. I mean, I suppose I should praise them because it was... At the end of the day, it was an offside, wasn't it? So I probably should give them a bit of praise. But still... Thuram flicks it onto player, and Wolf is now free to run at the goalkeeper. It's 3-2. I am livid at this team. What is happening? What is happening? How are we... Right, we're changing the formation. That's concerning. I'm just a little bit annoyed that we've conceded 2 sloppy goals towards the end of the game. Plays the ball back through. It's a lovely little tackle from Ginter. Guerrero gets it back to Memphis. Is he going to get a debut goal? He's going to get one that gets chalked off for offside. Oh, that's disappointing. That would have been lovely. Defence is definitely the issue with this team at the moment, and we need to try and sort it out. Right, Memphis. Is he going to be able to get the... He could have got the ball across there and could have had a chance, but he's gone for it himself. Game's over. We win the game. That was poor. That was very poor. I'm very, very unhappy with the defensive performance. 2 late goals like that is a problem. Right, Hummels is out for nearly 2 weeks. I've got a feeling that means he misses the Bayern Munich game. I've got a feeling he misses it. We'll leave it to the physio. I don't want to do anything crazy. At the end of the day, we win the game. But, honestly, and 2 assists from Thomas Meunier is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. There were some good performances out here, though. Erling Haaland did play well, but I was expecting a bit more from him, if I'm being completely honest. Against Augsburg, I would expect us to do better. We really should be doing better against Augsburg, to be honest with you. There's no 2 ways about that. 3 points is all that really matters. But... just before I get you guys to the Augsburg game, I just thought I'd let you know that we have got the next round of the DFB Pokal draw, and it is against SC Paderborn 07, who are in the Bundesliga 2, or 2 Bundesliga, or whichever one it is. I think it probably says down there. It's 2 Bundesliga. So we're going to be playing them. So that is a very winnable game for us in the next round. But we said that about the Hansa Rostock game, and that was a bit of a challenge, so... We'll see. Now, I thought I remember saying I don't want clubs to come in for our best players again. And it's, again, Bayern Munich, again for Julian Brandt. But they've actually gone with less money than what they originally offered. I mean, 22.5 million up front is... It's not going to be enough to get someone in of significant value to replace him. So, it's just not. So, we're going to go and counter-offer it to 30. We're going to get rid of all of these and change it to the installments. That's the minimum I think I would accept for. In fact, that's not even the one I want. I want the percentage of next sale, not percentage of profit. We'll be a bit more generous. We'll put it down to that. 45 million minimum. Minimum. And even then, I don't think I'll let him go if I'm being completely honest with you. But we'll make the offer and see what happens. Yes, they didn't want him quite as much as they thought they did. This is something that's a little bit weird. And I've never had this come up before when I've asked the question. Because normally, I've asked the question to a club, can I have more coaches? And normally their response is, yeah, here's plenty of new coaches. Just gone back and forth with the board, asking about it and trying every single reason. I was expecting to have to make the case just one time and then they turn around and say, oh, okay, no, you're absolutely right. No, won't have it. So, we currently have a maximum of 9 coaches. Now, to me, that's not enough. Not for a club the level of Dortmund. If you look at our actual things here, so many of them are so low. And it's because we've got... I mean, I need to sort this out, to be fair. So we've got so many fitness coaches. So we can bin off at least one, maybe two of them. We've only got one goalkeeping coach, and so much of the stuff is spread out. So I'm going to have a play with this, probably off camera. But what an odd thing for a club the size of Dortmund to just turn around and say, no, you've got enough coaches, deal with it. Very strange. Okay, so I've done my best to try and resolve the coaching situation. Hopefully, within a week or two, we'll have a good batch of coaches to fill those 9 spots that we're not allowed to have increased because the Dortmund board in this game are stupid. Moving on from that, we've got the game against Augsburg. It is away from home, and this is the team. Berkey in goal, Meunier, Akanji, Zagadou and Guerrero in defence. Of course, Mats Hummel's injured in the last game, so he will be missing this one and possibly the Bayern Munich game, which will be in the next episode. Then we've got Emre Can and Axel Witsel in the midfield. Sancho on the right, Brand on the left, Royce in the middle, with Erling Haaland up top. Hopefully, Haaland up top is going to kick on. Yes, he's got 2 goals in 2 games, but he's not looked like the Erling Haaland that I know he has been in this game before. Normally in this game, he's ripping everyone to pieces. Now, I don't know whether I should be playing him as a pressing forward, a complete forward, or something like that. But now I'm going to leave him as an advanced forward. That's the role as a striker I get the most success out of most players from. We're going to stick with that. But if it continues to be... I mean, if he scores a goal a game, it doesn't matter. But I feel like there's more in him. So we're going to go into the game. Fingers crossed, we can smash Augsburg. Let's go. I don't know what to expect from this one. I would expect us to be able to beat this Augsburg team. But to be honest with you, I have no idea. Let's hope we can put some goals past them. I would like a heavy victory. I would like us to not concede goals, especially in the manner that we did in the last game. But, well, sometimes we can't just get what we want, can we? But fingers crossed we can keep a clean sheet in this game, or at least can keep the conceded goals down to a minimum. That would be ideal as well. The most important thing is 3 points. That is going to be the theme of the season. If we can keep getting 3 points, that's all we really need to do. But I would like us to win a few games with style, especially with some of the attacking talent we've got. We've got some great attacking talent, and I don't want us to be let down by our defence. And really, we are looking sloppy in defence at the moment. It is our weakest area, but Royce now has the ball. Big ball over the top to Erling Haaland. Can Haaland get the ball in the back of the net? He got a little bit twisted with his feet there, and he had to kind of think on them, and it didn't really work in the end. He got the shot away, but it was wide. They are pressing us quite well there as well. Haaland now heads it down to Jadon Sancho. Sancho ball forward to Haaland. That's a beautiful ball. And Haaland, it's just been forced wide a little bit there by the defence. But it comes into Sancho, has the shot, but it's deflected out by a defender. Guerrero, Witsel. Witsel goes all the way back to Akanji. Ah, the highlight ends. Lads, come on now. We need a bit more intensity going forward. Haaland now. That's a great ball forward, and Erling Haaland just shoots it at the goalkeeper. This is what I mean. I'm a little bit underwhelmed by Erling Haaland and some of his choices at the moment. Right, corner. Guerrero to take. Can Guerrero get the ball to someone? Yes, he can. Dan Axel Zagadou does get it in the back of the net. It is 1-0 to Dortmund. It's not been a vintage 20 minutes to begin this game, but we have got the goal that puts us 1-0 up ahead. Again, 3 points is the most important thing. The win is the most important thing. And how we do it kind of comes second at the moment. But I'm still a little bit concerned by some of the way that we're playing, to be perfectly honest. I'm starting to wonder whether there's a permanent formation change in the future. Maybe we go to the 4-3-3 with a holding midfielder and we stick with that for a bit. Because this 4-2-3-1 at the moment, we feel a bit leaky coming from it, and we nearly concede a goal there, and it just feels like we've got no defensive cover. Guerrero now with the corner, looking for Haaland. Haaland heads it over. Still 1-0. Again, it's early days. The team's still not fully familiar with the tactics, so I'm probably being a little bit harsh on them, but I am expecting more from this Dortmund side. Let's get it in. No, get to the Witsel. Back to Meunier. Back to Witsel. And again, Witsel should be over here. He's meant to be the defensive midfielder. Now, it's worked out because Jadon Sancho has scored. But if they launch on the counter-attack, Witsel is nowhere near where he's supposed to be. He is a deep line playmaker on defend. What is he doing on the right wing? He's meant to stay where he is. If we just... I know... Well, we'll watch the goal because it's a nice little goal from Jadon Sancho and I'm very happy we scored it. But I'm a little bit frustrated with this because if we look at Witsel, hold position and dribble less. He was out on the right wing. actually defending has not been great so far. Sancho puts it wide, which I'm not too worried about because, again, we're 2-0 up at half-time, which has to be seen as a positive result. But possession-wise, we're not doing particularly great, to be honest with you. I feel like that is a recipe for success in some way. We're going to change you to an inside forward on a attack. Yeah, we'll go with that. I mean, I know people are probably watching this video and thinking, why are you changing the formation when you're winning? I'm changing the formation because in defence we look shocking. Like, we genuinely look like we could concede at any moment. So I just want to try and give us a little bit more defensive cover. I think Emre Can just works a little bit better there, perhaps. Well, I don't know whether he does. We'll find out. Running out wide. Can we get the ball off of them here? It would be delightful. The only thing we've changed is our midfield combination. We've just added a central midfielder. Sorry, a defensive midfielder in. And that should really make us better in this situation. But at the moment, we're looking a little bit average. If we can get the ball off of them, lads, like, we shouldn't be struggling to get the ball off of Augsburg. We really shouldn't be. They're not worrying us too much, but they are keeping possession quite well, which is a bit of a concern. It's in Finn Bogerson. Oh, my word. What is going on? Lads, defend the ball. Defend the football. It's not a hard job. What is going on? I am a man who can admit when he's wrong. I will change things back to how they were. Why did Haaland just stop running for the ball there? He's meant to be a press... Well, he's not a pressing forward. He's meant to be an advanced forward and they press. Right, Haaland does get another goal, which is fantastic. So he's now scored 3-3, which, considering I say he's not actually blown me away so far, 3-3 is pretty good going. Especially when one of those goals was against Borussia Mönchengladbach. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'm just going to go with it. But we are 3-0 up against Augsburg. I feel really underwhelmed considering we're winning this 3-0. Like, and some of the defending did not look good for the level we should be at. But again, taking a step back, looking at the actual players we've got in the team, the defence, other than when Hummels is playing, and Hummels is in his 30s, and he's very slow, Hummels is the only defender who looks like he's good enough for this level at the moment. Now, Luis Felipe hasn't played yet, so it's an unfair thing to say regarding him. But he's not of the level that we need him to be yet, but he could get there. So could some of the others, but I'm just pretty underwhelmed at the moment. I'm just hoping... That's a good tackle. That's a very good tackle. I'm just hoping that maybe it's just a tactical familiarity. It probably is that. Fortunately, some of their passing today has been woeful, so we've gotten away with it. De Hood, I'm looking for big things from De Hood, and I think he's capable of them. I'm already thinking in terms of next season, whether we stick with what we're currently doing, or maybe we switch to, depending on how much we improve the defence next year, because that is the priority. Memphis is in here. Memphis might get a goal. Memphis has got a goal, and it's an assist for Marco Reus. I told you Marco Reus was good. I'm already thinking maybe changing style. If we can get a decent defence that has some good players in it that are going to keep the ball out, maybe we're thinking vertical tiki-taka next season. I'm already thinking ahead in terms of that. And again, people will look and think, Stu, you've not conceded a goal in this game. We conceded 2 sloppy goals in the last one. We conceded a sloppy goal in the game before that. We've looked shaky as anything today against a team that, as far as I'm concerned, we shouldn't be looking shaky against. Yes, we're away from home, and yes, it's only the second game of the season, and yes, we don't have much tactical familiarity, but Finn Bogerson and this Richter guy shouldn't be causing us issues, and they're causing us issues. Berkey's not really filled me with much confidence either, if I'm being completely honest. We've got a free kick that's going to end the game here, I think. I'm pretty sure once Guerrero takes this, it's going to get cleared out. Or it's going to get headed over. And I would imagine... No, we might have the goal kick first. No, we're not going to have it. There we go. Game over. We win the game 4-0. We can't really ask for more than that, to be honest with you. Zagadou, Sancho, Haaland, and Depay all scoring. On paper, fantastic performance. Watching the game, I'm a little concerned with our defensive abilities, if I'm being completely honest with you. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. I could be being a bit harsh if I'm being completely honest. At the end of the day, we're top of the league. 2 wins from 2. I know it's only early days. 2 wins from 2 is not exactly saying a lot. But still, we've won 2 games. That has got to be seen as a positive result. Jadon Sancho's top of the goal-scoring charts as well, which is always lovely to see. Meunier is also the top of the assist chart, which is very interesting. So, I mean, all of this is got to be put with the context of Bayern Munich have only played 1 game so far. So let's not get ahead of ourselves too much just yet. But I think that's where we're going to leave the episode for today. This episode, I think, is going to be coming out Friday, and then I think episode 3 will be coming out Monday. I'm intending to record episode 3 immediately after this one. So in that one, you're going to see the Bayern Munich game, and most likely you'll see the first Champions League game of the season as well. I'm not confirming that. That's what I've got in my head. I don't know for a fact, but I'm thinking I'm going to try and do a couple of games to cover a month, and then try and have each episode be 1 month in the game, something like that. Yeah, I think this is a good place to stop before the biggest game we've had so far. Admittedly, it's going to be the 4th game that we've had so far, but it's the biggest game out of those 4 against Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. So, hopefully, that will go really, really well. Or we'll get absolutely trounced, who knows. But, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like on the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel as well for more Football Manager goodness. And I'll see you guys around. Take care, and thank you for watching.